What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing another double review today of two of the same character by different companies. We are taking a look at the HiyaToys Alien 3 Dog Alien and the Neca Alien 3 Dog Alien. And I am very excited to be taking a look at both of these figures. I think it is a perfect time to be looking at Alien figures because with Alien Earth being out on Hulu right now, and so far I've been enjoying that show. I feel like it's just been a good time to do this, and I have been doing a lot of Alien and Predator stuff lately behind the scenes without doing any recordings, so I've been pretty amped up for anything that's Alien and Predator, and yeah, it's really cool. So we have these two figures. I'm very excited to take a look at them, but before we do, as I usually do, I would like to just take this moment to request that you would subscribe, all that stuff. You don't have to. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you don't, but it's a recommendation. And while you're also down there, I also have my socials, link in the description below, where I take a look at movies and other figures on both of those. But we have these two figures here, and why I decided to do these two figures is mostly because I've had these figures for a very long time, and I've been meaning to take a look at them, especially that HiyaToys Dog Alien, and I think this is a perfect time to do that. And that NECA Alien 3 came in that big NECA mixed mystery box that we took a look at not too long ago, I believe. It should have been maybe almost a year ago, but yeah, it's been a fun time, and I've been holding on to this Alien, and now we finally get to look at it. So I want to start off things first with the smallest one, get this one out of the way first, because this one's my least excited one, the HiyaToys Alien, Dog Alien, which is pretty cool. I do like the packaging. It's pretty much standard for the HiyaToys packaging. It does look pretty nice. I really do like the green and the Dog Alien being right there. A bunch of Alien 3 logos that you'll see all the way around. You got one up the front, you got one on the side here with an Alien right there and the HiyaToys logo down there. The other side, you do have another Alien 3 logo, the HiyaToys logo, another Alien 3 logo at the top of the box, and surprisingly, Alien 3 logo at the bottom of the box, which it kind of continues with a pretty cool pattern of the cool Alien going from the side of the box, front and the bottom. Doesn't really line up with the bottom and the side, which kind of sucks, but they tried, so A for effort on that. The back of the box is pretty much standard. You do have some more Alien 3 art, as well as the figures and some legal info, and you can see just the figure right there in the shadow, just lurking about, so it's pretty cool. So getting this guy open, it's pretty exciting because I bought this guy off Amazon. He was on sale for about 15 bucks, I believe, so I was very excited, and I was really into Alien at the time, and I really wanted a Dog Alien. But he also comes with this very nice slipcover, which I really do like, and I'm very tempted to have this framed and just put somewhere because it looks really cool. But you also do have the figure here, which is enclosed in his plastic clam tray. So we're just going to pop that open and take the figure out. And he does look pretty good so far. I do have some issues with this figure, but he does look pretty cool. I do think that he's my least favorite Alien, but we'll get into all that in the review. First of all, he does come with one accessory, and that is the base plate, which is pretty cool. It's the nice, great stand that all the Alien and Predator figures so far by HiyaToys do come with, and it is pretty nice. It's very nicely detailed. I really do like the dry brushing of silver. He does come with these little clips here, but they don't fit like at all. Any one of these slots, it just does not fit, and I think that's one of the QT issues with this entire stand, is that these little clips here don't fit, and what these clips are supposed to do is you're supposed to slot them into the little spot here and eventually clip it into another base of an Alien or a Predator and just slide those together, which is easier said than done. I will say this was a chore. I will say this was a pretty big chore to do. I don't know why they weren't cooperating, but we finally got it, and now we have all three bases. Even though they're not seamlessly together, it still pretty much works, and I do like the way it looks, and I think that it's a very nice way to do it. But again, it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and it kind of sucks that it doesn't do that. So yeah, whatever. It works with how it's supposed to be. But getting the alien out here, he does look very nice. I will admit, he looks great. I love a lot about what this figure looks like. I think that they did a fantastic job with the sculpting and the paintwork on this figure. I think that they did a fantastic job all the way around. I love all the details. I love the entire just disgustingness of this figure. He just looks so cool. Very happy with the way he looks. I love the glossiness and how he just looks wet. I just really like that. I love the proportions. I think they match what the dog alien's supposed to look like. I do like the legs. They are very skinny. They're a lot different than the other two predators that the two aliens that we've taken a look at before. And yeah, it makes him very hard to stand. So if you want this guy to stand, you're either going to have to balance him on his tail or just plug him into the base, because the base it works pretty well. But they are very skinny legs, very loose legs. That's my biggest issue, is that these legs are very floppy and loose on my copy. But now look at all that detailing. I love all of that detailing going on there. I love the muscle work, the dry brushing. I love the browns going on everywhere, the kind of black wash that they got into the cracks and stuff. That back looks really cool. I love all of that line work. The kind of rib cage going from the front to the back looks nice. I love those shoulder blade pieces and the kind of crests that come onto the shoulders. I think that looks great. Really love just how they detailed this figure, and I think they did a pretty good job for the size. And I love the tail. The tail does come up to a very cool point, which I really do like. Very different from other aliens, so I do like that. Just overall, it's a very good looking figure, and for what I got it for, I think that it's very nice looking, and I think it's a very good display piece to have. And I really do like those hands. Those hands are nice, and those rib cage. Oh, that rib cage looks so good. I love all of that, and just how like glossy it is. Just looks so cool, and the colors do look very nice as well. Moving on to the head area, which is a very cool area, but also has another one of my issues. I really do like all that detailing on the side here. I think all of it just looks gross. It looks disgusting. When it comes to the mouth, though, it's not really my favorite. I don't really care too much for that, but yeah, it just doesn't look great. I do like the dome, though. The dome does look very nice. I love how it's transparent and then goes into a more foggy look at the front. That's really cool. When it comes to this whole entire jaw assembly, it's not really the best. I do not care for how they did this, like, in the slightest. The teeth are painted very poorly, I will say. Just straight gold blob. It just doesn't look great at all. And trying to focus the camera here, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't. And that the mouth is at a permanent open display, and it's not really supposed to be like that. I don't believe it's supposed to be like that, but his mouth just will not close, and that really does suck, to be honest. But he is pretty cool. He does have some very nice posability going on with this guy. The head can go side to side pretty far. He can look up that far, and he can look down that far. Barely really any up and down range, which kind of sucks, especially since it's supposed to be the dog alien and he's supposed to be that way, you know what I mean? He does have some hinge joint going on here, as you can see, but that mouth just does not want to open. And he does have the feature of shooting out the secondary mouth going on there, which is pretty cool, and it slides out pretty easily, just like with the other alien figures that we've taken a look at in the past. The arm can go out that far, can go a full rotation, has a nice swivel at the elbow area, and a nice single bend at the elbow. And he's got a ball joint at the hand, which can go swivel and a little bit of side to side with some of that rotation. He's got a swivel at the waist, which he can do a pretty decent crunch and a arching or a forward crunch like that. Legs can't really spread too far, which is kind of sad. So but it's those hips. Those hips don't lie. He can spread his leg out that far, and he can do a full rotation with the leg, which is pretty cool. He's got a nice bend, double bend at the knee, which is pretty nice. I do like that. Has a hinge joint at like the ankle area, which can also swivel. The knee does not though, and he does have an up and down at the foot area. And also it can be a pivot. So very nice posability overall with the actual body. It's not really the best, especially with the head, but it still gets the job done. The tail is on a bendy wire, which works very well. I actually really do like the bendy wire at the tail. I think it's very nice and it's very strong. So I really do like that. You can get it some very wacky curves, and I think it works overall. I think they do a fantastic job with those bendy wires with these tails. So very nice, very cool. I think they did a pretty decent job with the posability. Like I said, there's some issues. This alien is specifically supposed to be for standing. You cannot get him to crawl around like he does in the movie. You have to buy a separate copy for that, and this is pretty much as good as you're gonna get if you were to try and get him into a pose like that, which kind of sucks. But he does look good overall, I will say, for being this small and for the price I got him at like 15 bucks. I will say he is pretty good for his price, and I will not really complain too much, but I will say he is my least favorite out of the two alien figures that I have. I will say he does look very nice though. Got some nice painting and posability for what he's got, and the sculpting work is beautiful, but yeah, he is very loose. I don't like the paint at the mouth, and the jaw just doesn't open that far. And also he can't do his signature dog pose, but whatever. He does stand to about 4.5 inches, I believe, a little bit above that maybe, but he does have a pretty nice height on him. Comparing him next to his comrades, he has the warrior alien from HiyaToys, which is my favorite HiyaToys, and I really do like these two together. Stands up a lot more straighter than the dog alien. And this Pred alien, which looks really cool. I actually forgot how good this alien looks, and you can see the height differences between those. But with this out of the way, now we can get on to the good stuff, and this is the Neca Alien 3 dog alien, and I am very excited to be taking a look at this guy, because this one is the one that I've been really wanting to buy myself, but I'm glad I didn't, because now I have it in my collection from that mystery pack, and the box is pretty much standard. There's nothing crazy going on. The back of the box does have an image of the alien, and also a read-up as well, which is at the very bottom of the box, so you can go ahead and read that if you want. Just some information about the plot of Alien 3, just a little bit, or the synopsis. I already have the figure out, but here is a nice image of the figure on the inside of the box. From the image there, and the slipcover actually is really cool. I love the way it looks, very rusty and prison-like, so I think that's pretty cool. He does have some of his own accessories. He does have his own stand, which I don't really use that much because he can stand pretty well on his own, but I don't know, maybe I'll use it for some poses, but it works. He's got a hinge joint there and a swivel at the very bottom, but it's a nice stand. I do like it, and it works for other figures. He also does come with this chest burster, which is pretty cool. We'll get a closer look at that in a second. And he also does come with this kind of weird Alien 3 totem, which is pretty interesting, but a little bit of a closer look at that chest burster. Very interesting. This is the most interesting chest burster I have seen before. I really do like the paint work. I love the full-on pose that he is in. He stands up right, and I love those little horns at the bottom. He's just a very creepy little dude. And then you have this kind of artifact of the Alien 3 logo, which looks really cool. It's supposed to be the chest burster wrapped around like that, and he looks very cool. I really do like this piece. It just looks like some kind of ancient artifact that you would find on like some alien planet. It looks really cool. Don't know if this was ever in the movie, but it still looks cool. But here is the man himself, the dog alien. And I have to say, it blows HiyaToys out of the water, of course. This is a fantastic looking figure, and I'm going to be repeating myself from what I said with the HiyaToys one, but I emphasize it way more that this has beautiful detailing and paintwork. You can just take a look at this guy and see just how good this figure looks. He looks fantastic. There is so much paintwork and kind of black wash going in all those crevices. I love the way the hands look. They are creepy looking. I love the glossiness of this guy, the line work going everywhere, panel lines that look really cool. I love everything about the way this guy looks, and he just looks fantastic, especially that rib cage area. Every single alien has that, and it just looks so cool, especially with this guy. I really love it. He just looks amazing so far, and he's got those hip plates there. The tail is also very nicely done, just like the HiyaToys one, but this one just looks so much better, and it just looks cool. And of course, he does have that little blade at the bottom, which is a very soft rubber, so you don't have to worry about poking your eyes out. But he just looks so good. Fantastic looking all the way around. And the face for this one looks even better than HiyaToys, which is not much of a competition because they are smaller, so getting the paint work on the teeth is a little bit, I guess would be more harder, but this guy just looks so good. And you can close the mouth all the way, and the paintwork on the teeth looks great. I really like the dome. I think the dome looks great. It pretty much copies what you see in the movie and also what HiyaToys did, and it just has the nice see-through, which fogs up at the very front, which is really cool. And he just looks so cool. He's got a presence to him that is very slender, but just is horrifying to look at. If I saw that thing running at me, it'd be horrifying. And speaking of running, he can also have a secondary position to pose him in, and that is his dog form. And he has got a beautiful range of articulation that gets him into this form, and this looks fantastic. I love that we can get this figure into his dog mode. You don't have to buy a separate figure for that. You can just have him in this mode, and it looks beautiful. They did a fantastic job with implementing this look, and it's not that hard. You just had to add a couple of hinge joints and clearance for some posability, but he just looks so good. Taking a look at posability, he does have some pretty decent range of posability here. So focusing up the camera so we can actually do this, he does have a very nice up and a very low down at the neck. We can also has 2 points of articulation, one at the very top of the neck and one at the base, so he can have some nice side to side and some rotation as well. The jaws can actually open and close, and he opens very wide to reveal that second pair of jaws there, which is very cool. Kind of hard to get in, so you kind of have to like lean his head back to actually put it back in. But man, that mouth just opens very, very wide, and I love that. He does have some articulation at the arm, which can go out that far, has a full rotation, which is very nice. He has 2 swivels at the very base of the arm and at the forearm as well, so that's pretty nice. And also a nice double bend at the elbow. Has a swivel at the wrist, which also has a hinge joint, as usual with other figures. At the waist, he does have a very nice swivel, which can go pretty far in a full rotation, and it's very smooth as well. He also has a very nice arching back and a very, very nice forward crunch, which is super cool. At the leg area, he does have a very nice spread, a lot better than HiyaToys. And at the legs, they're very interesting because at this left leg, it can move independently on its own, but when you turn the right leg, it moves with the left leg. So it kind of makes posing him in the dog style a little bit better, but you also can individually pose the leg if you hold the left leg, if that makes any sense at all. But it's very cool that that's actually a feature. It can go out that far and it can go back, but you can also just do a full rotation. It's got a nice range. He's got a nice double bend at the knee, which has a swivel at the base. has a nice bend at the kind of ankle area, which also has a very nice swivel. And at the foot area, you do have a hinge joint, which goes pretty far, and a very, very nice pivot. So posability on this guy is awesome. And of course, that bendy wire tail goes very far. I don't know if it's as good as HiyaToys, but it's still very, very nice, and I love it. The size of this guy is pretty big. I would say he's about 9.5 inches, maybe a little less than that, but he is very big. Here he is next to the Neca big chap, and I really do like both of these guys together. And also I did do a review on this guy, or a revisit, so go check that out. And here is my beautiful alien Romulus figure, which still has the broken tail. I still have to figure out how to fix that, but I probably might be doing that a little bit later on. But man, I still love this alien Romulus figure, and I think it just looks so cool. He just looks huge. But yeah, it's awesome to see these two together. And of course, just because here he is next to the HiyaToys dog alien. When it comes to this dog alien, he is beautiful. I really cannot find too much to complain about. I loved messing around with him. These poses I had so much fun doing, and he looks beautiful, especially in the right lighting. He is so good. He is menacing looking. He has a very, very skinny frame compared to some other aliens that we've taken a look at, like the big chap and the Romulus alien especially. He just has that skinny frame that is horrifying looking, and getting him into all fours is also very horrifying. And just imagine seeing this thing like standing at the end of a hall would be horrifying. And he's really cool looking, and I've had so much fun posing him. I will say maybe the legs are a little too loose. I might say that, especially in the knee area. But other than that, I really can't find anything to really complain about, because he's just so cool looking. I've had so much fun messing around with him. I think the painting and the detail is so good, and it's a beautiful figure. And so far, with the big chap and the Romulus alien that I've gotten from Neca, these are 3 amazing alien figures, and I've had so much fun messing with them. So what do I rank these 2 little figures? So I'm going to tell you right now, starting off with the HiyaToys one, he's getting a 3.1. And our Neca is getting a 5. Of course he's getting a 5. I already said everything that I said about the Neca one. With the smaller one, I've already said it, but here's a little recap. Don't like how loose the legs are, don't like how the teeth aren't painted well, and I don't like how you can close the jaw, and I also don't like that he doesn't turn into the dog. With the Neca one, I really like the posability. He has a little bit of looseness at the legs, but not as much as HiyaToys, and he just looks so good overall, and I had so much fun posing him. That is why he gets the 5 out of 5 spot, and the HiyaToys gets the 3.1. I really like both these figures, not as much as the HiyaToys one, but I still really like it. That's why he's my least favorite alien HiyaToys figure. I really do like that Neca one though, and so far out of the 3 aliens, he would probably be number 3, just like the dog alien is number 3 with the HiyaToys collection, but he's competing next to the Romulus alien and the big chap. I mean, that's some tough competition, but out of the 3, I really love all 3 of my aliens from Neca, and I would love to fix that Romulus one very soon, and I probably might do that while this video is being edited. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I am leaving now. Love your show. I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.